And we are live yet again. Field Generals Podcast. Josh Carroll, aka the Archduke, and of course, my co-host, Lord Drusipa. And we are just days away from the start of football season for real. Preseason is over. We are on to the regular season at long last, and it's going to be a good season. I just know it. I'm not just saying that about the Bears either. I can just tell.
This is going to be a good football season for all football fans out there. We want to start this podcast with some very tragic news because I know the battle rap community does follow you. We lost one of the greats in a very, very tragic dealing over the weekend. We want to say rest in peace to a certified legend in battle rap, Pat Stay. Rest in peace. You will surely be missed. I know I was pissed off when I woke up yesterday and saw, the posts of like Pat though, but we want to send our condolences and our heartfelt apologies, our tears, our love to his family and his friends and all of the battle rap community. If you're in battle rap, you know who Pat Stay is. That you shouldn't be in battle rap if you don't know who Pat Stay is. So rest in peace, King. Fly high. You know what I'm saying? Just wanted to
free boss.
The sucker free boss. You know what I'm talking about? But we're going to keep it happy and keep things moving, you know what I'm saying? Around the sports world, soccer, nobody gives a shit about. Tennis, Venus and Serena. What? We're 2 minutes in and you already laughing at me, man. Like, what? What? Am I lying? No. No one cares about soccer.
Technically, no. At least not the U.S.
Golf shouldn't even be a sport, right? Tennis, I heard that Serena Williams is set to retire after this
yes,
run that she's doing.
She was eliminated, so this was her.
No, that was her last.
That should be her last match. Yeah.
GOAT, you feel me? Like she gave people the business. You hear me? Hockey hasn't started yet, but the Blackhawks don't look like they're getting any better. Man. The White Sox keep shitting away their opportunities. Basketball, in the basketball world, the Bulls, I feel like, are set to really do some damage. Although I have heard that Lonzo is having some trouble with his healing, but hopefully that's corrected.
Last I heard, he's had a little bit of a setback, and it's not looking particularly good, and he could potentially miss the start of the season, but let's see where that goes. Obviously, like I've said before, the whole team practically depends on Lonzo being in the lineup. Not to say he does like the whole workload or nothing, but with like the way he plays, he's just able to involve everyone. We're all able to move at a faster pace. It's just a whole butterfly effect, if you will.
Yeah, and I do like the fact that he and Caruso add speed. The Bulls move at a very faster pace when they're on the court. Getting into the world of football, Tom Brady's wife is being, a wife pretty much, because women do not like to see men happy. She's fighting him about returning to football, and he's like, well, look, I can't stand being in the house with you, so I'm going back to work. Duh. So he's focusing on being a dad and also being the GOAT, and I feel like
that is pretty much how it went. That is pretty much how it went. Honestly.
I'm not lying. Like, I know women around the world who are married are rolling down. That's not true. Yes, it is. She's upset. He wants to go back to what the GOAT does. And if the Bucks win the Super Bowl, I'm blaming her. Because now he gonna be pissed off killing everybody. They gonna go undefeated all the way to the Super Bowl. Thanks. She should have just shut up. The Bears would have had a chance to win the Super Bowl if she just shut up. Now we're gonna get smoked. We about to cross a very pissed off Tom Brady. He about to win 8 rings. That's why. It's her fault. It's her fault. He went and called Julio Jones. We'd have been cool if he didn't call Julio Jones.
What up, Dale?
Let's go. All right, let's get into it. So we're gonna do something fun this season. This sheet here, we're gonna have picks to. Oh shit, we're gonna have what we call the picks to click. It'll be me, our points, my points, Josh points, the people's points. Um, And I just started like after the Super Bowl, we'll tally the points. And I will, if it's the people, I'll select random peoples who tune in and they engage and whatnot. I'll buy you a custom jersey with your nameplate on the back with a number. But I'll buy my own one if I can find me a good one. What's gonna happen is week by week, we're gonna pick 5 games. We're gonna pick the Thursday night game, of course. We're gonna pick 3 on Sunday, the noon game, the 3:30 games, and then the Sunday night game at 7:30, and then we'll have the Monday night game. That's 5 total, and we'll tally the points off of that. And what you guys do is you tally your votes in. You can leave them in the comments, and your comments are valid up until um the start of Thursday night. The start of the week is Thursday. So you have Tuesday and Wednesday to cast your votes in on the games we're gonna select. And once Thursday hits, then the votes are no more. So you do have 2 days from the podcast and Wednesday up until Thursday. And we're gonna tally the votes
and also I will make a separate post on my Facebook designated specifically for that. This way, we're both able to keep track.
And that's what we gonna do. That's what it is here. You know what I'm talking about? Speaking of week 1, Josh, week 1 is this Thursday. In less than 48 hours, we got a slobber knocker of a matchup, right? Buffalo travels to the Super Bowl champions. But it looks like week 1 is a bunch of revenge games, kinda, or odd little matchups. Simply because if everybody's been watching, which you haven't, because you're a bunch of basketball players who don't know shit about football. Von Miller just won with. Am I lying? No, I'm not lying. And Von Miller just won the Super Bowl with the Rams, then took his ass to Buffalo for 6 years, and lo and behold, Buffalo now has to go back to LA. How does this look to you, Josh? Like, what's your take on the Bills at the Rams to start off the NFL season?
I don't know. Like not in the sense that I don't like actually know, obviously, but in the sense that it's like hard to call because this is one of those games that could very much go either way. We know how high octane both offenses are with Josh Allen, Matt Stafford, Stephon Diggs, Cooper Kupp, respectfully, and what it's essentially going to come down to is whose supporting cast can play better in terms of both sides of the ball. Obviously, a football game is mainly won in the trenches for what it's worth.
Yes.
But in the sense that whoever performs good on a particular side of the ball and is in more in sync, so to speak, will barely decide the game.
So I have to ask you, this is one of the games of picks to click. Bills versus Rams. Let's just start with some intangibles. We say the offense is a little bit even on both sides because they can be explosive. But being that as it may, when we're talking about the trenches, we're talking about the line of scrimmage. Who do you think? And I'm gonna speak defensively because we know the offense can be explosive, but if we're talking about the trenches, we're gonna have to look at both sides of the ball. So if the Rams are on defense, obviously they got that monster Aaron Donald on the other side of the field who can just get into the backfield, and they also have Leonard Floyd who has found his way into the backfield, which means that they're pretty dominant at the point of attack against most offensive lines. But if you look at the other side of the field, when the Bills are on defense, now adding Von Miller, they may be more, if not just as dangerous as the Rams dominating that point. So the question now becomes, which offensive line can sustain the attack more? Which offensive line can hold out? And I love the Bills. I really do. I think the Bills are the team to beat in the AFC East and maybe in the AFC in general, minus the Chargers and the Raiders who are on the come up. But as I look at this, I have a lot of faith in the Rams offensive line, more so than the Bills. So
I agree. I agree.
offensive line, I edge the Rams.
Yeah, especially considering the overall experience and chemistry they have in that department. And the Bills' offensive line was a little tad bit inconsistent last year. If they can improve on that, they being the Bills, great. But yeah, so far I'm gonna have to edge the Rams in that department because obviously they have the playoff experience.
All right, defensively in the backfield, in the DBs, I gotta say they kept Micah Hyde. They still got Tre'Davious White. They got a lot of monsters. Obviously, adding Von Miller ain't gonna help the case because if he gets a lot of pressure, then the DBs are gonna have a field day. But on the other side of that, you still got damn near the best corner in football, Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald, as we said, Leonard Floyd, as we said. It's a lot of intangibles, but just offensive line and offense, I edge the Rams, obviously at the point of attack for run game purposes. But that defense, I think, and this may be a little foolish to do, but I'm so used to the Bills being more consistently dominant. Not saying that the Rams are not, but adding Von Miller just doesn't help the case. Defense, I edge the Bills. And not by very much, but I just edge the Bills.
But who's to say that Von Miller can't what's the phrase I'm looking for? Can't maintain that level of play from last year. Especially since he's sort of getting up there in age, and we don't know for sure whether or not he'll stay that way. Obviously, that will be slightly determined on week 1, but I digress.
So you're edging the Rams on defense with a younger press up front, which I can understand.
Yes.
Which I can understand. And special teams might be the Achilles heel for both teams. Their special teams really don't make that much noise, but they're very effective, I think.
Yeah, especially with Johnny Hekker as the Rams punter. Like he's one of the more consistent punters in the league, for sure. So I'm going to edge the Rams in that department. So
does the duel come down to the quarterbacks? Like Matt Stafford can be mobile, but he's not very. On the other side, you have Josh Allen, who is very mobile and is not scared to use his legs and his arm in the same play. With mobility, I do give the Bills that, but you got to look at the Rams defense. They are known to shut down mobility. So it really is a stalemate. I'm scared to go against the Bills Mafia because of defense, but like you said, the intangibles do favor the Rams in this game.
Yeah, and not to mention the particular connection that Stafford has with Cooper Kupp is much greater than Allen's connection with Diggs. Okay, I don't want to say it's a landslide, but I do think it's greater because it seems that Stafford knows exactly where to leave Cooper Kupp at all times. There's a reason why Cooper Kupp had a great season receiving-wise last year. I believe they can keep that up.
I don't want to go against the Bills, but for Thursday night in this one, this is hard to do. I think I got to go with the Super Bowl champs at home. It's going to be hard to walk in there. I'm taking the Rams. Josh?
Yeah, I'm definitely going the Rams.
We're taking Rams for Thursday night. People, this is one of the picks to click. Bills and Rams, cast your vote. Josh will put the poll up and tally it up for the people. Sunday? Oh, Sunday. We going to church, and the church is called Soldier Field. But before we get there, we got a lot of revenge games. Saints at the Falcons. This is a divisional game. This is not even. This ain't even close. I got the Saints. The Honey
Yeah,
Badger.
this won't be close at all. Not at
The
all.
Honey Badger took his ass to New Orleans. They also picked up Jarvis Landry, and it just looks like the Saints are ready to make some big noise in the Big Easy. But first, they got to travel to the ATL. The Falcons' defense, I don't think holds up very much, but they are looking promising on offense if they could get an offensive line to protect Marcus Mariota, so Mariota could use his legs. First year as Falcons quarterback, new. He does have offensive weapons, a tight end that plays like a wide receiver, and you have Cordero Patterson playing running back. It does look good offensively. I just don't think, with everything that the Saints addressed all around, that the Falcons are going to be able to stop the bleeding. I got the Saints in this one.
Yeah. I don't really see. Yeah, it's tricky here for the Falcons because they can't solely rely on Kyle Pitts to do all the dirty work. And obviously, as we know, their offense has not been quite the same in 5 years or so. So they've definitely got some work to do on both sides of the football. Yeah, that being said, yeah, Saints very clearly 3-0. Obviously,
We call 3-0. Hey, they might rack up 30 points on them. Who knows?
yeah.
Oh,
I don't mean to speak in battle rap terms here, but yeah. I feel like they're gonna win this very clearly. Not to mention, apart from the weapons that they did add, they still have Michael Thomas, who was arguably one of the best receivers in the game when healthy.
I agree. I definitely agree. We got the Saints landslide over. It's over with. Revenge game. The Cleveland Browns decided to pick up Deshaun can't play football worth shit Watson. And Baker Mayfield got pissed and said, trade me to the Panthers. So they did. And Baker Mayfield did say, and I quote, I'm going to fuck them up. Browns travel to Carolina for the first game, but with Deshaun Watson being sidelined for 11 games, this just gets more interesting. I got the Panthers in a body bag. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
I think
Very clear.
whether it's Sam Darnold. Go ahead.
Obviously, on the Browns case, given all the lost weapons already, plus you can't rely one bit on Jacoby Brissett as a starter. He's very much better suited as a backup, very clearly. And you don't have you don't really have anybody else you can rely on aside from him, and it's not a very good one at that. And not to mention, piggybacking on Kyle Pitts and Atlanta, you can't rely on Nick Chubb to do their dirty work on offense. So yeah, very clearly, Carolina.
We are moving on to another picks to click. Niners at Bears. This is also a revenge game because Justin Fields used his legs in that game. We came up just short to the Niners. But one thing the Niners do not have this game that they had last game was porn star Jimmy G sitting his ass on the sideline. So we get a look at Trey Lance. And I got to tell you, even in preseason, Trey Lance looked like he pissed on himself out there in the field. Looking at this new Bears defense, I think he did. So looking at this new Bears defense, I think Matt Eberflus has put the entire NFL on notice, especially the 49ers. I'm out for blood, and we going to get it back in blood. I got Bears in a knock 'em out, drag 'em out, but a very defensively dominant win.
Yeah, it's going to be a close game, especially we never know what to expect with either offense. But I will say the one player we need to watch out for on defense is absolutely Deebo Samuel. No question.
And also on the defensive side of the ball for the Niners, our offensive line has to protect Fields from Joey Bosa. We all know that boy is a monster.
You mean Nick Bosa?
Nick, Joey's with the Chargers. Right. So Nick Bosa I never get their teams right. I really don't. I hate when brothers play football because I don't know who is where. But yeah, Nick Bosa
Yeah,
is on the Niners. He's still a beast. Debo, um, obviously is up there with the best of the best receivers. Bears got their work cut out, but I do think we get the W. Steelers and Bengals. The Steelers got to travel to Cincinnati, the AFC champions. Maserati Mitch, with a new team for 2 years, takes the helm, gonna teach Kenny Pickett. Mitch looks good. I think Mike Tomlin is letting him use his legs. I think he's going to open the playbook for Mitch. And I do believe if Najee Harris can actually, run this season, then Mitch is going to have a very successful season. But on the other side of the football, the Bengals defense does come up big in some games where they really need to. Mitch is going to have to watch out for that. I really do want to.
Especially leading up to the Super Bowl last year. They were very good defensively. But also, I do worry about the Steelers offensively, considering that they can't just rely. Well, obviously, Najee Harris will have the running back covered if he can actually play good. But also, it's Chase Claypool and then everyone else, as far as wide receivers are concerned. I'd be very worried.
With Juju going to the Chiefs, Mitch is going to have to rely on more weapons. He does still have Freiermuth, but again, you have to have that connection, and you're going to have to put the ball where it needs to be. I love Mitch. Mitch is a great quarterback. I love him. He just needs to get that confidence, and I think sitting behind Josh Allen for a year in Buffalo, he got some confidence, especially in his revenge preseason game against that hack Matt Nagy when they torched us. Then he goes to the Steelers where Mike Tomlin is open to having a mobile quarterback. You got Brian Flores over there running the defense, and I think it's going to be a good year for the Steelers if the Steelers can hold up. T.J. Watt is going to be a disruptor. He's going to be T.J. Watt, of course, right?
Yeah, very clearly. Not to mention Minkah Fitzpatrick in the backfield as a safety.
So they're going to lock the deep passes down, but I don't want to go against my Steelers. I'm going to pick my Steelers anyway, even though this is stupid. I should have picked the Bengals, but I'm going to pick the Steelers.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I'm going to go with the Bengals mostly because of their defense, but also let's not forget Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, that very classic LSU connection. Going into the big leagues looks to take a very big leap this year, and I'm definitely counting on that. So I'm going with that.
All right, you're going to find this super hilarious, but I already marked my name under this one because Philadelphia travels to Detroit. We don't even have to spend like 20 seconds on this one. The Eagles are going to beat the shit out the Lions again because it's the Detroit Lions.
Yeah. No question. Next.
Okay. Next, we're on the same page. Next, the Colts traveled. Well, I put my name under the Colts anyway because I mean it's the Texans. Now. Lovie Smith is coach for the Texans. Lovie Smith does know a thing about defense. This is Texans we're talking about. He still has to rebuild the Texans into a defensive team. They're still straggling from losing. Well, they didn't really lose Deshaun Watson. They just gave him away like, hey, bye. Right? But on that note, the Texans will have an uprising in about 2 seasons, right? When Lovie Smith gets his pieces, but that's not right now. On the flip side, the Colts are still the monsters that they are. So I got the Colts in this one.
Yeah, very clearly. And to play devil's advocate on Lovie Smith, who's to say what worked in his heyday ends up not
will work. All right. So we both got the Colts. We good on that one.
Yeah, especially since Matt Ryan is sort of looking for a bit of redemption, and I've got no doubt he can succeed within that Colts system.
I agree with that. I think Matt Ryan would. Matty Ice. We can see the return of Matty Ice.
Yep, and not to mention him and Jonathan Taylor will be a good quarterback running back combo. No doubt.
That boy is good. That boy good. That boy is good. Hey, bang bang horseshoe gang. You know what I'm talking about? Patriots. Mac Jones. Who? Mac Jones. Who? Mac Jones takes New England to Miami. Now Miami scored the cheetah. They have Xavier Howard. They have a plethora of weapons. But it's Tua Tunga fuck that kid. The kid. That dude. Yeah, that one. So is he gonna lead this team anywhere, or are the Patriots gonna run away with this win? Mac Jones has weapons, but will Mac Jones pull the trigger in his second year?
Yeah. Obviously, the big question regarding him is whether or not he can take that huge leap in year 2. But I do. Before I go any further, I do have the Patriots with the edge because they are slightly better defensively than the Dolphins are. I want to say it's going to be even offensively, but aside from Tyreek, there's no clear-cut weapons for the Dolphins. I mean, if they can make things work them to, good. But is that going to get you a win? I don't think so.
All right, then I'm taking the Patriots as well. Oh, jeez. I'm not even gonna say this one. I think I marked your name down anyway because I know Ravens go to New York to battle the Jets. I got the Ravens.
Who had a whole angry reaction to that prediction?
To what? Over the Dolphins? Patriots over the Dolphins?
Yeah.
Oh, who taking the Dolphins? Well, no, I wouldn't be mad if somebody took the Dolphins. I really wouldn't. The Dolphins offensively look good, and like on defense, they have Xavier Howard. But other than Xavier Howard, what defense do they have?
Yeah, nobody. They had Minkah. They had Patrick until they tried to hand to the Steelers for a first round pick. But I digress.
He on the Steelers. Okay, Ravens versus Jets. I got the Ravens, and anybody who picks the Jets has to be smoking some type of methamphetamine.
Yeah. We all know. This don't even need to take 20 seconds either. We all know the Jets are in a dumpster fire. Ravens body bag, clearly. And not to mention their quarterback has a fetish for people's moms.
Jesus, I quit. All right.
Oh wait, Zach Wilson is out though. He's out. So
Joe Flacco starting?
Yes.
Yeah. Wait. Flacco has to start against his old team.
Okay. So I lied. This is gonna take more than 20 seconds. Actually, you know what? No, it doesn't. Still,
Ravens beating the pants off that boy. Yeah, oh baby, you gotta sit down. All right. Jacksonville goes to Washington. I am never calling them the Commanders. That is terrible.
Facts.
This is a very terrible matchup. This is like watching. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna. We're gonna leave battle rap politics out of this, so we're good. This is. I'm gonna leave that alone. So anyway,
if you know, you know. If you know, you know.
I'm shutting up. Jaguars at Washington is like watching. Oh, how can I put this lightly without offending people? Man, okay, it's like watching two racist 90-year-olds fight. It's a snores fest. Neither one of them, they both white and racist. Neither one of them can get there decisively. If Chase Young,
that is pretty accurate.
I can say this: if Chase Young I'm taking Washington by default just because they got Chase Young. But I have no faith in Carson Wentz at all. This is going to be a defensive effort for Washington. Jaguars can't get out the gate for some reason.
Yeah, not to mention Trevor Lawrence still don't have any weapons. The Jaguars still don't have a decent enough defense to really compete. And yeah, Washington's defense has grown tremendously throughout the years. So yeah, I've got them clearly.
You want to know what I was going to say? I was going to say this is like watching a Special Olympics football team go at it, but a Special Olympics football team could beat the shit out both of these teams. So it's like they're fucking terrible. They're terrible. Both of these teams are terrible. And I don't even think it's the players. Well, for Washington, it's their quarterback, and partially they're all well. It's their quarterback. They can't find a. Why don't they start Heineke? Like Heineke went against Tom Brady and damn near beat him. Like, why don't y'all start him?
Yeah. I was gonna say Heineke's at least serviceable. He's nothing special, but he's at least serviceable.
He can be special. They just won't give him the chance. But y'all pick Carson Wentz, really? That guy? And the Jaguars will be the ever since they lost Jalen Ramsey or traded him or whatnot. Y'all have been shit. So there you go.
Yeah. Ever since they got rid of that whole core from like 2016, 2017,
it's been terrible.
Nowhere.
All right, we go to Patrick Mahomes and the Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs travel to Arizona. They travel to.
I'm not going to laugh as hard as I did last week because it was a lot more funnier then. But nonetheless, the joke is still very much funny, and will probably be said year round, mind you. So yeah.
Anyway. If they win more than 5 games, I'll stop calling them the Queefs. But
you heard it here first.
Since we're starting at 0, they're gonna win more than 5 games. I'm just kidding. But the Chiefs have nothing but Patrick Mahomes and Juju Smith-Schuster and Travis Kelce, and that's it.
Yeah, they don't even have a good running back no more.
No, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is actually good. But
yes, I take that.
But with the offensive line that they can't pay or upgrade because you gave $500 million to one person, I will say this again for the speds that are watching that get upset when I say the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes ain't gonna be shit. I called this 2 years ago, damn it, and y'all laughed at me on Facebook, but I was right.
Facts.
I told y'all they're going to win 1 Super Bowl and that's it because they paid him $500 million for 10 years. And the rest of his tenure, we'll never see another Super Bowl championship. Why? Because the $500 million could have gave Tyrann Mathieu a big payday, could have gave the Cheetah a big payday. You could have paid a ton of – y'all could have got Devontae Adams. Then we could be talking about something. But no, you spent it all on one person who ain't shit. Why? Because football is a team sport, and everybody who was drinking the Patrick Mahomes Kool-Aid right out of his nutsack, that's what y'all get. But
hey, where's the Don DeMarco? Where's the Don DeMarco?
Get at me the Don DeMarco, damn it! I'm better than Stephen A. Smith. Anyway, but for the fact that they're facing the Cardinals, I kind of got to take the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes can be Patrick Mahomes all damn game with nothing to do with the rest of the team, and they can still beat the Cardinals defense.
Yeah. Not to mention that the only real person that the Chiefs are worried about on the Cards defense is really an aging, slightly less reliable J.J. Watt. Oh, and Budda Baker. I take that back.
Budda Baker's a great safety, but he ain't the whole defense. So.
Yeah. Like I said, they have him too, but again, point still stands. They really don't have any like core group of people that they really should be worrying about.
So I'm taking the Chiefs on this one. Who are you taking?
Yeah. I'll say Chiefs. I mean, it's going to be slightly even offensively, but because Kyler Murray is definitely coming into his own. But that's not really saying much considering Mahomes has been fairly dominant despite the less amount of weapons the Chiefs had right now. So yeah, I have them taking this quickly.
This is a picks to click right here, and these are the two teams I think that could run away with the AFC West. The Vegas Raiders. I mean, the Chokeland Raiders. I mean, wait, no, they moved to Vegas. I'm sorry. The Vegas Raiders don't look like Chokeland anymore. With the addition of Devontae Adams, Derek Carr is taking his ass back to LA to face this superstar defense stacked Chargers. And whew, Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, Asante Samuel Jr.
Yeah,
It looks nasty on defense.
yeah. This is one of those really tough to call games. And not to mention Derek Carr and Devontae Adams kind of go a little ways back. So they sort of have that connection in that sense. I mean him paired up with Darren Waller, that's going to be one hell of a connection. And Josh Jacobs,
Mm-hmm.
he's definitely going to take.
But Khalil Mack don't give a damn. A healthy Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa don't give a damn.
Yeah,
I got Chargers.
and to mention Justin Herbert. So if I had to pick, I'm going with the Chargers.
I'm going with the Chargers. The picks to click. That's another picks to click. Raiders Chargers. Y'all cast y'all votes. We're both taking the Chargers. We got the Slackers Packers versus the Vikings. What? What'd I do?
Gets me every time.
What? Well, Rodgers is looking like he lost a baby because Devontae Adams took his ass.
That's a fact.
To Vegas.
He kind of did. He kind of did. Let's be real. Because well, yeah. While that is true, Rodgers, like I've said, is one of those few quarterbacks that can make any wide receiver look good.
And not to mention, he still got Randall Cobb. They added Marquez Valdez-Scantling went to the Chargers. And guess who joined the Slackers? That's right, Sammy fucking Watkins. So Aaron Rodgers is bringing in a plethora of wide receivers. However, we took Equanimeous St. Brown, who was a premier receiver over in Green Bay, and we took the center as well as the quarterback coach, who is now the Bears' offensive coordinator. Does Aaron Rodgers have anything to fear from the Vikings, or does Kirk Cousins drive this little particular boat into the sea?
I mean, if we're taking this to brass tacks, the Packers are going to win this game very clearly.
Clear.
Because the Vikings can't rely on Dalvin Cook, who we don't know is really going to return to form after he tore his ACL. I believe I might be misquoting that specific injury, but I know he was out for the year anyway. But I will say that if Cousins and Justin Jefferson can really make a good connection this year, then maybe they have a slight chance. But be that as it may, I'm going with the Packers.
All right, there we have it. The New York Football Giants, people say they kind of look good this year, but they're going to Tennessee. See, this is where my ignorance shows up, because Tennessee's stupid asses got rid of both A.J. Brown and they got rid of Julio Jones. They still got King Henry, and if the Giants can't stop the run, that's enough to destroy their whole day. But we don't know.
Yeah, and can Ryan Tannehill maintain the level of play that allowed him to resurge his career?
I think the Titans take this one because they're better suited for this in Tennessee. We don't know about Daniel Jones and how he looks yet. So I got Tennessee.
Yeah, and even at that, they don't have much offensively to begin with. Well, they kind of do with Saquon Barkley, but the question revolving around him is whether or not he can go back to his form from a couple years ago, especially his rookie year, and of course whether or not he can stay healthy in turn. But
I can't.
even at that is concerned, they don't have a decent core of receivers to really look out for. They only
Right.
have what Sterling Shepard
Yeah.
and yeah, everybody else.
And Galladay.
Wait, repeat that one.
Kenny Galladay. Galladay went to the Giants.
Oh yeah, him too. I forgot they signed him last year. Oh,
Mhm.
Okay, so I slightly take that back. But actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about that,
Uh-oh.
maybe it will be slightly closer offensively.
Maybe. But I still got
But-
Tennessee.
But yeah, because Tennessee has a far superior defense Tennessee has a far superior defense than the Giants do. I've got them right now.
All right. Sunday night game at 7:30. Well, 7:20. But you know they're gonna let Sheryl Crow sing all the fucking day, you know.
So carry
They're
on.
gonna let her, yeah, that one. Yeah. The Bucks.
Sorry, NBC.
Fucking music.
I know it was sarcastic.
The Buccaneers, and that fucking pissed off goat because his wife won't shut up. Got to travel to Dallas to face the Cowgirls in a 2021 rematch when they beat the Cowgirls. I do believe in week 1. And now they're back here in week 1. And now Tom Brady has he got Akeem Hicks on defense with his already stacked defense. Then this fool went and called Julio Jones after coming out of retirement. Bucks win. I'm sorry. Like, what?
Yeah.
So picks the clip.
Yeah, honestly, I think we know where this one is going. The Buccaneers clear.
This is a picks the click. Y'all pick. This is Sunday night. Tampa Bay versus Dallas. And if you pick Dallas, I can kind of tell where your life has been for the past 30 years. Cowgirls. Are you fucking kidding me? Against the GOAT and stop it. Monday night is another revenge game. Russell Wilson took his ass to Denver. They traded a draft pick and Drew Lock for Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson can now add offense to the Broncos. And Noah Fant. Got it. Now, the question becomes, without Bobby Wagner on the Seahawks, can they stop Russ? No,
not at all. They don't have a sufficient enough defense, period, to stop Russ.
They can't stop Augusta Wien. They can't.
Well, actually, let me play a little bit of devil's advocate here.
Please do.
Not in terms of the Seahawks, but more so Denver offensively. Do we know for sure that despite the lack of Noah Fant, who is a very good tight end, can Russ really be one of those quarterbacks like he has in the past to really make any wide receiver good?
I do believe so. And only reason why I say that is, who's to say Tyler Lockett and one of his other web, I can't remember who the other one is on on the Seahawks. But Tyler Lockett, I know, is one of his favorite weapons. Who's to say he doesn't join him in Denver? Like Gronk follows
Yeah, that's
Tom
possible.
everywhere, right? There's certain, like, Randall Cobb eventually came back to Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers. Like, there's certain tandems that just follow each other everywhere. So who's to say Russ doesn't get one of his favorite weapons from Seattle to come join him in Denver and they make an offensive push next year or mid-season? Who's to say, right? I think there's a lack of defense now that Vic Fangio is gone, but if they still have the core players, I do believe that the Broncos can still make enough of a defensive effort to give Russ and the Broncos a little bit of a sizzling this season, especially over the Seahawks, who ain't got shit.
Yeah, for sure. And really, the main question defensively that I want to look toward to here is if guys like Bradley Chubb on the D line can stay healthy.
Yes, I just heard Bryce Callahan went somewhere, so he's not on Broncos no more.
Okay, so they lost a secondary weapon there. Okay, so
yeah, but they still got Pat Surtain. Pat Surtain is still.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking for him to take a huge leap this year. No doubt.
All right, so our picks that wraps up week one. Our picks to click were Bills and Rams, Bears and Niners, Raiders, Chargers, Bucks, Dallas, Broncos, Seahawks. Cast y'all votes. You have until Wednesday night, Thursday morning ish. We will tally those, and we will add them up as the game's going. At the end of Tuesday, we'll tally it and we'll let you guys know. We'll keep track of the season points. Like I said, people who tune in regularly, if the people win, we will put names in a hat. I will randomly buy the winners a custom jersey, your number, your name, and whatever jersey you want to. I know where to find them, so don't worry about it. I will definitely get them. Josh, we got to talk about our boys in blue and orange. We got to talk about this revenge game, Niners versus Bears. The intangibles are set. Offensively, I do have Chicago edging simply because Justin Fields looks like Aaron Rodgers. Which I knew what was going to happen, adding Luke Getsy. And as Darnell Mooney stated in a press conference, because I watched the press conferences because obviously you basketball fans aren't going to watch this, but whatever. Darnell Mooney stated that he was ready to open the playbook. They were reading probably 10 plays of whatever, just for the preseason. He's ready to open up stuff. He's telling the press that we got much more in store. And if Justin Fields looks anything like he did during preseason, and I know some of the commenters are like, well, he didn't score a touchdown until like the last game against Cleveland. Do you know why? Because one, preseason is to evaluate your second string and your third string. Secondly, did y'all see Trevor Siemian scoring all the touchdowns? That's what preseason is for. We need to know that my backup quarterback can handle these type of plays that we're going to call for Justin. See, basketball fans would know that if you would actually watch football, but y'all don't. Y'all just, Then third, when Justin Fields gets the chance to use his legs as Trevor Siemian does, good things happen, as we saw in the Cleveland game. Wide open was Cole Kmet in the back of the end zone, and I want people to pay attention to the offensive line. It's the same thing Green Bay did. They moved the Cleveland defense to one side, let Justin flush to the other side. Everybody's coming down into the box just in case Justin takes off so they could stop him. Cole Kmet is wide open in the end zone. That's a touchdown. Who have we seen do that? Aaron Rodgers, all the fucking time he does that. How does he get receivers open? Because the offensive line moves the defense to one side. Aaron flushes to the other. Once they disengage, they have to chase him. By the time you get to the point where you think he's going to run, there's somebody wide the fuck open downfield. Luke Getsy is bringing the same attitude, the same offensive plays, and the same push to the Chicago Bears. And I think that's what's giving me the offensive faith that I have in Justin Fields, in the Bears, in Eberflus, in Ryan Poles, in the entire coaching staff. It ain't even about the players that we got because we got a bunch of no names, right? Oh, y'all ain't got nobody on the coaching staff alone screams Super Bowl run.
Bro,
Because these
exactly because they're making all the practices tougher. They're really trying to put together a specific package of formations that really plays to everyone's strength, no matter the position. And I really like that. And not to mention, all the wide receivers are actually healthy to start the year. So we absolutely need to look for Justin Fields to really take a huge leap this year. Oh, my wonderful mother has a question coming in. Thoughts about
yes, Mom.
Thoughts about the Bears possibly moving to Arlington? Well, they kind of are moving to Arlington Heights, but I guess she wants to know our general thoughts on it.
I think change is good. If it's a bigger state, I think they're moving because it'll be a bigger stadium. It fits more fans. And I'll say this: I'm a little skeptical of it at first because Soldier Field is always going to be. If we keep the name Soldier Field, I'm cool. I'm pretty sure they're going to change the name of the stadium, but it should still be Soldier Field. Just Soldier Field 2.0, something bigger. Make it glorious like the Dallas Cowgirl Stadium or SoFi Stadium. Like, make it like, you know what I'm saying? Make it, you know what I mean? I will say this. I finally get to go to my first game and last game at Soldier Field on my birthday when we played the Bills this year. I'm happy, but I'm not too happy about it because the Bills can beat the dog shit out of us. But I'm still going, right? I'm going to enjoy myself. But I get to go see beautiful Soldier Field. I get to go enjoy the atmosphere before they move, right? Because you don't get a, feeling like Soldier Field. This is where they played at Wrigley, but this is the birthplace of a lot of shit, right? Great memories. I'm going to make a memory at Soldier Field because we're not going to see it anymore. But moving to Arlington Heights, if it allows more room, which is what I think the plan is for, then yeah. But I am never calling them the Arlington Heights Bears, ever. It is the Chicago. You remember when whoever the hell Willis is bought the Sears Tower, I still call it the Sears Tower. Fuck Willis, okay? Like, so it's still the Sears Tower. All right? So it's still going to be the Chicago Bears. Like, we are not, no. Like, it's still blue and orange. It's still the big C for the Chi. But I think if it's more room, then it's more room. I'm with that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
And I don't know if you've seen the initial plans as far as the stadium is concerned, but it's looking good so far. But I of course cannot wait to see the finished product. Obviously, the bigger the better, more spacious. All of that. It's very exciting. I'm not gonna lie. It sucks given the rich history behind Soldier Field, but you know what? I'm all for it. Change can be.
It's okay. Like it's okay. So intangibles, you give the offensive edge to the Bears. What about defense? It's Bears, of course, because Jesus Christ. Jesus crippled Christ on a crutch. Like, if y'all ain't seen the defense, bruh, I'm telling you, like,
we're pretty even on the front. The defenses are pretty even in terms of the front seven, but we have very clearly a better secondary.
Just wait. I know people in there are shaking their heads in the comment section about wait till y'all see it. Y'all remember? Do y'all remember when? What's one of the? Y'all remember when Ab just totally slapped chest all around the stage and 3-0'd him for no reason? That's what the defense of the Bears looks like. Like, It's gonna be like some of these games, y'all gonna be thinking, oh, like it's the same old bear. And then next thing you know, it's gonna be turnovers, fumbles, sack. Like they're gonna cut the field in half at some point. There's gonna be one game this season or two where the Bears defense just whitewashes everybody on the field. Like they're gonna cut the field in half. I promise you, it's gonna be disgusting looking. Special teams, who looks better, San Francisco or Chicago? Obviously, we do have a very great Cairo Santos, but the man with the golden foot is in San Francisco.
Come on, Robbie Gould. Yeah.
Yeah.
I edge him. I love Cairo Santos, but yeah, I got a huge nostalgia factor for Robbie Gould, so I'm gonna have to edge him.
I do too, but we do have a young punter that could boom this motherfucker about 70 yards.
That's true as well. Did you see that punt at the last game?
Oh my god, that boy gave me a headache. That boy gave me a headache and pinned it right inside the 5.
Yes.
The boy's a nutcase. Like, how do you do that as a punter?
That was Brad Maynard level wizardry. Right,
punting, yes, it was. And people who don't know, they're like, "Who the fuck is Brad Maynard?" This is why we don't talk to you people, because you don't know shit about football. So, but edging special teams, you're gonna give it to San Fran?
Wait, repeat that. You went in and out there for a second.
Oh, my bad. It's probably my crappy Wi-Fi. I said, special teams, are you edging it to San Fran?
Actually, now that we just mentioned the punters, I think I'll edge the Bears because of that. I will say they have the edge over kicking, but we have the clear victory over punting. And obviously punting will prove very key in certain situations. So yes, I'm going to pick us.
If you could pin them inside the 5 or inside the 10 more times than not, it's gonna get very ugly. If you could back the offense up,
at least inside the 20, at least. But we definitely prefer inside the 10 or more.
All right, we're gonna do something fun now. We're gonna try to guess the scores in both halves by halftime and second half. Josh, this is gonna be a very, very good looking game. I personally have Chicago leading 17-10 at halftime if the defense gets going. What are your thoughts?
I'm gonna have to say I feel like it's not gonna be easy at first, but the farther it goes, the more natural things will come, and that's why I also have the final score being 28-17.
Wait, not the final yet. We're first half.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Yeah, 14-10 to the first half.
14-10. So who's leading?
Bears.
Okay, so 14-10 Bears lead at halftime. Second half picks up a little bit. You said what? 28-17. Jesus, Josh.
I mean, think about it. The potential that our offense has.
Okay.
I feel like it can reach that kind of level.
I'm not going to dispute that. I will say personally 24-17. This might be a one-score game and the defense shuts it the fuck down when they need to.
That's fair.
But the final score, you say 28-17. I say 24-17. Yep. And then people with the picks to click, you can try to guess the final score for 2 extra bonus points. All right. We got that. Josh says 28-17. I say 24-17. This might be a knock 'em out, drag 'em out at first. Defense feels each other out. Bears kick it into high gear and just really put the smashing on them. That's that wraps it up for week 1 predictions. Josh, do you want to leave the people with something before we close out?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I do. I am very excited for this year. Not just this week, but this year. I am very much looking forward to our team taking a huge lead this year. I am very confident. There is no telling what we can achieve.
There is absolutely there is no ceiling for anybody. As far as the Bears go, there's certain teams where the ceiling is just right off the floor because y'all suck. Like I'm just tell you. I'm tell you that. Hello, like I want people to hear me. The Cowgirls gonna beat the Bears. Yeah, y'all said that with Mitchell Trubisky. Let me explain something to y'all. Y'all gonna stop putting the faith in them whack ass Cowgirls. As long as Jerry Jones is alive, the Cowgirls ain't gonna be shit else. Okay, 1, 2. Y'all said that they was gonna tear up Mitch, and Maserati Mitch smoked them.
Facts.
I'm gonna need you back.
Didn't he wait, hold on.
He put up 31.
I gotta think back. I think it was like three or 4 touchdowns.
I think it was 3. No, he had Montgomery had one. So I think it was 3, and then Dave ran in one.
Wait. Yes. It was that one particular play in the first half. I remember that one.
The Dallas scored first and didn't score shit else until the fourth quarter.
Yep.
Y'all gonna stop. Y'all gonna stop watching basketball trying to tell me how football works. Y'all be wrong every time. It was about 7 people that told me that Patrick Mahomes was the next Jesus Christ. Well, his ass to be crucified. You understand me? And he not coming back. You ain't talking about this football, baby, and I know what I'm saying. You ain't talking about. Don't talk to me about football. Then, you know what I'm saying? Look, I got Madden 23. I'm playing Ultimate Team.
And also, for those that don't know, this is coming from someone who's actually played football. So, yeah.
And we not talking about y'all little backyard football, y'all 2-hand tag and all that. We did that in middle school. We was out there with pads on, baby, playing in a system. I know how the system worked. That's why Mitch is my guy. It was never him. It was the system he was in. It was the coach that was trying to keep him from running. And this is why I say Patrick Mahomes ain't going to be shit but a flash in the pan. Because the organization that he's with now put too much in one basket and didn't give him the supporting cast. Could you imagine if Mitch got... Remember when Jay Cutler got that $120 million extension? And then the next... the next year...
That's still the worst contract the Bears ever signed.
It wasn't bad for Cutler. It was bad that they gave him all that money but didn't spread the money to give him any help. And the season after that, all the coaching staff got fired. Why? Because they stupid. They should have got him some help. They should have gave Patrick Mahomes some help. Instead, y'all gave him everything, couldn't pay y'all top guys, and now they done moved on to bigger, better patch. Watch this. Watch Tyrann Mathieu get an interception in his first game in New Orleans. He back there with Marshawn Lattimore. Y'all don't think they should be a pick machine? Come now. You feel me?
On that note, though, we are going to have to cut things right now. We are running a little over an hour. Tune in next week for the week 2 preview and week 1 recap, where we will. More bullshit.
We will.
Do you have any final thoughts?
Nah, man, get ready for the season, man. That's all I'm finna say. Football is back. It's in a big way. I think it's going to be a very explosive season. People have moved around. There are people in different uniforms and different systems. If you have a favorite team that ain't the Bears, ain't the Chargers, ain't the Raiders, not the Colts, not the Saints, if those are the 5 teams I think that are going to make a huge splash. Being and the Broncos. There are pieces that are moved. There are pieces that might be the final piece that we needed, right, to move forward into the next phase. I just say obviously we have our set teams like the Bills, the Rams, the Bucks, who are obviously going to be at the top of their game. So, you know, and with that,
Yeah. Yeah. You're from a different kind of time anyway. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, it says we're still live. Reconnect. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get out of here. All right. Are we still live? Okay, this is still live. Hold on a second, guys. We just got back connection. Waiting on Drew to get back in here so we can officially wrap this up. Apologies for that. But yeah, I am definitely very excited for this year. It's going to be a great year. Bear down. But yeah, about to come in now.
how do we get out of here?
But yeah. Anyway, let's just officially wrap this up. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in to this episode of Field Generals. Tune in next week for the week 1 recap and week 2 preview. This will be
Every
very
time
exciting.
every time we win, I'm putting on a Bears jersey for the next episode. You hear me?
All right. In that case, so will I. I'll put on any kind of Bears gear for every win.
All right.
And
We
and
appreciate y'all.
and, and let's not forget, I will be making a post
For
talking
the
about
picks to
what we
click.
all discussed as far as like picks to click and whatnot, and I will tag each and every one of you who tuned in so y'all can make your picks. Until
Picks
the
to
next
click.
episode,
Yep.
this has been Generals, the Archduke Josh Carroll, Lord Drucifer. Peace, y'all.
Screech out.